Very tired.
Hello, right, we're here. I think everything's working, hopefully. So this is our last live of the series. Very sad, isn't it?
Very sad.
For now, anyway. So we just wanted to announce our next sort of venue that we're opening up, which is why we're taking a break from it. So we are going to be in Berkeley. Whee! So yeah, we've got a little bit of time where we need to set up that venue and stuff. So we're a little bit hysterical because we're quite tired.
Yeah.
But we've got a bit of stuff to do with that. So once we've sorted that out again, we're going to be back on. But please feel free to send in if you want us to do any more lives, any topics that you've got in mind. Let us know if there's something that you want to know about, because basically we're here to help you guys.
Yeah, we're starting to write the list together of the topics that people have been asking for. So far we've got chicken skin. I'm looking forward to writing that.
Yeah. Chicken skin and dog under eyes.
Yes.
We've got that one coming up as well, haven't we? So if you are interested in coming in to have a chat to us about stuff, we've got some appointments set aside for treatment planning. They're in our diary as treatment planning sessions. So what you can do is, if you go on our Facebook or our website, follow the directions to book in, pick either myself or Rachel, scroll down, select that treatment planning session, and that's going to give you 30 minutes with either myself or Rachel, solely concentrating on you, on your requirements and your kind of what you want really and what you want to achieve, isn't it?
Yeah.
So today we're going to talk about sun damage and pigmentation, really. So let's get into that.
Yes.
So pigmentation is the colour of your skin. It's caused by melanin, which is produced by specialist skin cells called melanocytes. Now, look out for this throughout it, because Rachel really struggles to say melanin.
I can't say it.
So might spot the deliberate mistakes through it.
It'll be amusing, nothing else.
I'm not going to be able to see it now. You know that, don't
that'll
you?
be fine.
Yeah. So the amount and type of melanin produced by the melanocytes determines the colour of our skin. When our skin is exposed to the sun, the melanocytes produce more melanin, and that's what gives us our tan. Prolonged exposure to the sun can cause damage to the skin, and it tends to lead to uneven pigmentation, and this can be referred to as like sunspots or age spots, as well as the sun can exacerbate other pigmentation disorders. Generally, this is more obvious in areas of your body which are more exposed to the sun. So we're looking at like backs of hands, neck, face, shoulders, because they're obviously more exposed.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
So the different types of pigmentation that can be exacerbated by sun damage. So the first one we'll talk about is melasma. This is a common pigmentation disorder that typically appears on the face. It's characterised by a grey or brown patches on the skin, which is again caused by an overproduction of melanin. It's often linked to hormonal changes. So women, short end of the stick again. So hormonal changes in pregnancy and menopause can trigger melasma, so this overproduction of pigmentation. Obviously, if we've got the melanin there and you go out in the sun, that is going to become more pronounced. Post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation, it's the type of pigmentation that is produced after the skin gets damaged, gets some trauma to it. So it's often seen in people who have acne or other skin conditions that cause inflammation. It appears as dark brown spots on the skin, and it's again worsened with sun exposure. The sunspots, liver spots that we talked about before, that are more common in older people, and again it's an accumulation of melanin in these smaller areas, so the skin tone becomes more uneven, these spots become more obvious. The more sun exposure that we have, these sunspots become darker, and you get a contrast then between your sort of regular skin and where these sunspots are. And we can also get freckles. So if you have freckles anyway, you'll notice that going in the sun makes those freckles more pronounced, and you also get more of them. These little flat brown spots that are on the skin, again, especially areas that are more exposed to the sun. We can also have a bit of an issue with sort of pigmentation disorders that have a lack of pigment. So conditions like vitiligo, which is an autoimmune condition, you get a lack of pigment where the pigment gets attacked and destroyed. And it's more when you go out into the sun, it's not that makes the white patches worse, but it makes the normal skin tone darker. So again, in contrast, this becomes more obvious. So anything where you get more pigmentation in the skin, if you go out in the sun,
it's going to get worse.
It's going to get worse.
So as Helen's saying, obviously when you go out into the sun, the UV radiation is going to trigger your skin to produce melanin.
Woo!
So this is produced by cells called melanocytes. Now these melanocytes produce the melanin, which is going to make your skin darker. It's doing this as a natural sunscreen. So it's going to be protecting your skin from further damage. So what it's going to do is it's going to absorb the UV radiation and it's going to convert that into heat. And then your skin's just going to sort of disperse that. So obviously it's going to help prevent things like DNA damage, which can lead to skin cancers. So people with obviously darker skin tones are producing more melanin. But with repeated sun exposure, your skin's going to produce more of the melanin. So it's going to obviously appear darker, which is obviously going to help protect itself from further damage. Now, it depends on various factors, including genetics and how much sun you're exposed to. But obviously people with darker skin are going to have more melanin in their skin. So sun damage is something that can sort of be stopped as it is. So if sun damage is the risk for the pigmentation, what you want to do is you want to prevent your body from getting too much of the sun exposure. So you're looking at things like sunscreens, hats, long sleeves, hide like I do, big umbrella, lots of shade. And that's because I'm ginger, so I don't have as much melanin. So when you're looking at SPFs, there's a few different types that you can look for. Common ones, you're looking at things like chemical sunscreens. Now these work the same as melanin. You look at the whole way through without doing it. So chemical sunscreens work by absorbing the UV radiation and then it converts it into heat, which is then going to be released by the skin. Same as how the melanin works. Then we've got something called a physical sunscreen. Now this is like a mineral and it works by forming a physical barrier on the skin. Then it's going to sort of reflect and scatter the UV radiation. You can also get a combination, so it's going to be a combination of both chemical and physical sunscreens. So it's going to have lots of different benefits. It's going to work on both UVA, so the A in UVA stands for aging, and UVB, the B stands for burn. So that just gives you an idea on what you're looking at really. So you want to be protecting your skin from both of those. Physical sunscreens will do that. Then you are looking at sort of tinted sunscreens, which have got benefits of both, but it also has pigment in it, which is going to help sort of even out skin tones.
Easy to protect yourself with foundation as well for the ladies.
Yes.
Or gentlemen. Who am I to judge?
So bearing all of that in mind, it might be an idea to try a few different ones just to see what's going to work best for you, because there are a few different variations on the market. So what treatments can we have to help?
Well, funny you should ask. There are a few different treatments that we can have. I know. Well, I mean, done one or two of these now. So there are a few different treatments available. One thing that we can look at is topical treatments, and that could be things that are included in your skincare. So, I mean, even things like vitamin C, which actually help to protect. Oh, I'm catching you. Yeah. I'm tripping over it. Protect against free radicals and help to protect skin damage as well. Things like retinoids, niacinamide, they actually help to protect against the production of melanin. So they inhibit melanin production, which actually helps to reduce them dark spots, and it helps with your skin skin texture and tone as well. Chemical peels, our favourite, BioRepeal, which helps with skin turnover. It helps to exfoliate the outer layers of cells. It helps to encourage new cells to come through, and as such it actually helps to sort of lift out pigmentation from deeper in the skin. The darker the pigment is, the deeper set it is in the skin, the more difficult it is to get rid of. So it may take something a bit more invasive, such as a laser, which is focused beams of light which actually go into the skin and destroy those pigment patches. And again, helps to improve skin texture, helps to improve that generalized skin tone. Microdermabrasion, again, similar thing to sort of the chemical peels. We're looking at getting rid of that top layer of skin, encouraging the new cells coming through from the bottom, helping to lift the pigmentation up through the skin and to get rid of it. Mesotherapy, which is sort of a solution which contains various sort of medications, and there can be lots of different formulations for this, but there's actually been recently a couple of new ones released which are really good for pigmentation. They're usually microneedled into the skin, although some of them can be injectables as well, but these ones I believe are microneedled for best results. So there are like a few different options, but I think it's really important to say that if you have pigmentation issues and you're not using a sunscreen, there is no point in you wasting your time and money having any aesthetic treatments, because it's as soon as you go out into the sun again, you're undoing
all of the work.
Yeah, and wasting all of that money.
Yeah.
Really as well. So I think you need to sort of look at your lifestyle change a little bit if you're going to go for treatment for pigmentation, and making sure that you are protected from the sun. You know, you're wearing your glasses and your hats and your sunscreen, using your tinted sunscreen if that makes it easier to work into your day-to-day routine. But really you should be wearing sunscreen every single day. We wear it every day, don't we? Minimum of factor 30, and just get used to putting it on. Like you don't have to wear the thick white sunscreens every day. There are a lot of nice sunscreens that can kind of fit in with your general skincare routine, suitable for men, women, suitable for people with a light skin and very dark skin. There is something out there which will suit you, that you don't have to feel as claggy, because a lot of people do get concerned that they cause acne breakouts as well if they're too oily. But there are oil-free sunscreens out there as well, so there is something for everybody. But make sure if you're having treatment for sun damage or any pigmentation, you need to wear your SPF.
And it's not just for being outside as well, also using just computers, televisions, your phones. You've still got like blue light coming from those, so it is important to protect your skin from those UV rays as well. So just to round everything up, obviously pigmentation is made worse by UV radiation, so make sure that if you are going to be exposed to any sun or anything like that, you need to be wearing an SPF.
If you're going to exist,
if you're going to live,
you need to wear an SPF
and get out of bed in the morning. You need to wear an SPF. If you're going to walk past a window, wear an SPF.
Or look at any kind of screen.
Or reflective surface. So you want to be doing this, you want to be protecting your skin, and it's not just for pigmentation issues. There is a big risk of changing the DNA with UVA or UVB radiation, so just make sure that you are protecting your skin and keeping a good eye on your skin as well. So if you notice any changes in your skin texture, like pigment issues, or if you notice a change in any moles or anything like that, you do really need to make sure that you're getting those looked at.
Really important, just
very important to
take care of yourself, really, isn't it?
Definitely.
Well, thanks so much for joining us,
and thank you so much for all the support we've had during the lives as well. It's been quite overwhelming. We've had lots of nice messages and
I'm just really pleased that the people who've contacted us have found it useful. So we really appreciate that. But as I say, this is why we are doing these lives. We just want to help people as much as we can. So if there are things that you are concerned about or things that you want to know a bit more about, please message us and let us know, because we're more than happy to help where we can. Again, remember, if you do want to come in and discuss your problems with us, I mean, we'll talk about anything, but generally related to aesthetics. Please go on to our booking page and our website, select either myself or Rachel, book in a treatment planning session, come in, have a chat so we can go through any issues that you have and hopefully provide you a treatment plan that you will be happy with. Look out for our next instalment in a few weeks' time. Wish us luck with setting up our new venue in Berkeley. We will be there on Wednesdays, so if you'd like to come along, if Berkeley's more convenient to you, we'd be delighted to see you there as well. The booking is open for that at the moment, so again, if you wish to go onto our booking portal, select either myself or Rachel, and then select the Berkeley site.
Yeah.
And we can't wait to see you then. Take care.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching. Bye everyone.
Bye.